Yay!
Now, I would like to introduce the one, the only, me.
Hello, Squiddies, or Squidarians, or whatever you want to be called. You know, just don't call me late for dinner. Ha! That's an old joke. But anyway, all right, we got Dan from the Happy Moment Podcast, and I found out what the Happy Moment Podcast is, and but we'll let Dan tell it much better because he's a fan of, like I'm a fan of this genre of a kind of movie, Godzilla. So, Dan, take it away and tell him how the name came about.
All right, so like you said, I'm a big fan of Godzilla. Been watching it since I was a kid, and my favorite Godzilla movie is Godzilla versus Monster Zero, or Invasion of Astro Monster. And in that movie, these aliens from Planet X bring Godzilla and Rodan to their planet to protect them from King Ghidorah. And so they come to the planet, they fight, Godzilla and Rodan win the fight, and so then the lead alien, the controller of Planet X, he turns to the human astronauts and he says, "A happy moment." And it's a great movie, and that combined with the fact that I just wanted to do a podcast where I talk about the things that I enjoy and make me happy, so A Happy Moment made sense for that. And that's where I got the title from.
There you go. I mean, we always got to talk about that's what we do on here. I mean, well, that's what I do on here. No, again, I don't have multiple personalities now. Really, like, shut up. Okay, I will. So, but yeah, Godzilla is like my favorite. I watched the 1970s cartoon, or
Remember that.
something I forgot. And that is like the most greatest like cartoon for Godzilla, actually.
Is that the one with Godzuki?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
With the barge and the doctor, the captain, the boy, and the first mate, and they got the hydrofoil kind of barge and a helicopter, and they go on all these like adventures, but to the point where they have this little thing on the guy's like belt hoop, and just go, kind of like Aquaman, but Aquaman has that sense that you go,
Right.
but it's the same thing on the guy's thing, so
It has been a while since I watched that, but I can vaguely remember that.
yeah, I don't know. I people look at me like, how do you fucking remember that? And I'm like, I like the movie. I like the TV. I even like the Matthew Broderick movie. That one was good. What else are you into there, Dan?
Big wrestling fan.
Yes.
Wrestling, been watching that since I was 7 years old, maybe.
There's a format, people. We just I did a wrestling thing with another guy. We're gonna do more wrestling here.
Yeah, you can never have enough wrestling.
Oh, you can never. Oh, that's true. Yeah, because everybody, there's WWE, there's AEW, there's Impact, there's over once. There's one called Game Changer Wrestling, which was called Glass Ceiling Wrestling, which I don't know if you know about this. Well, which ones do you really watch mostly? I mean, do you watch like the basic WWE ones, or?
Well, I'm a big fan of like mostly the classic WWE. Like in recent years, I haven't been that thrilled with the product.
Oh, okay.
But like I'm a big fan of Stardom. I don't know if you watch Stardom at all.
Oh, I remember. I think I've seen like bits and pieces of it, but
The Japanese promotion.
Yeah.
All women's league. But
yeah, it's like New Japan, but it's
yeah, it's
more
like
for them.
like the sister company to New Japan. They're owned by the same people, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's they had some other ones too. Not Japan. I mean, Japan has like their own. It's like their own entity of wrestling. So
yeah,
especially when they go and they
yeah,
like,
not as rowdy as the American crowds.
yeah, no, they're more subdued
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we call it just trying to adjust my. See, I'm adjusting my movie set here. All right.
It's a very nice movie set, by the way.
Oh well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it on this side, So
Okay.
when you come to visit Long Island, then we can sit down and talk one on one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm planning on doing. I want to try to get people to come into the studio, or we go meet and have coffee and donuts.
Like a mini podcast convention.
Yeah, pretty much. We just
Yeah.
like sit. We'll sit there and like listen. We're just gonna do something with the video camera, and we'll take that one back room, and that's it. And it's like
Yeah.
bring all the donuts you can make. Yeah, we're just gonna be on a sugar high for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I can do that.
But wrestling, who's your favorite like wrestler?
All time,
Yeah.
Bret Hart.
Okay. The best there is, the best there was, the best.
Best there ever will be.
Yeah.
And I know, if I'm not mistaken, you're a big Undertaker guy.
How can you tell? Yeah. It's like I think I said that numerous times on my podcast. Yeah. But I wish, and I've been trying to like post something on there and get the Undertaker to come on. Hopefully.
That'd be awesome.
Oh my God, I'll be tongue tied. I'll be like, I'm like, I can't get a word in. It's like, he'd be like, he'd look at me like, you're stupid. I know, but still, duh. But I want to get like him and Elvira and I think I don't know if you've seen this lately. I was watching. Well, I mean, we're going to get back to the wrestling because I love talking about wrestling. I haven't really done that much talking about wrestling in a while, so it'll be good to get some out. But I watched this one movie which. Now you're talking about like old style Godzilla. How about like have you seen? There's a TV series on I think it was on Fox or Channel 5 as they call it. And it was called Werewolf, which was like a TV series, like an 80s kind of TV series or whatever. Well, anyway, so I was watching that, and I was like mesmerized about the whole thing, and I'm like, what, maybe I can get the actor, that played said guy that turns into a werewolf, and I'm like, all right, let's see if he's on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I tagged him. I don't know if he's gonna say anything, but I don't know. He'd probably be like, "Oh, who's this asshole?" I don't know.
You don't know unless you try.
Well, I know that's what people say, and I did that with Elvira, Broken Lizard, which is like the guys that made Super Troopers, Beer Fest, a slew of other movies for themselves and all that, and those guys are funny. Have you ever seen those movies? I take that as a no. Okay.
I think I saw Super Troopers a long time ago, but I don't remember it that well.
Well, they got Super Troopers, Super Troopers 2, Beer Fest. There's one called Slime and Salmon.
I haven't seen those.
Yeah, the Slime and Salmon is like more like a restaurant, how they run a restaurant.
Okay.
Beer Fest is pretty much a beer competition. They were going to do Smoke Fest, which was going to be with Willie Nelson, but I think that was like before the pandemic. I don't know. What was the other ones? Club Dread with the late great. Oh shit! I said late great, and I can't remember the guy's name. Oh, he was in Weird Science. Bill Paxton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was in there. He played like a singer with longer hair. He's like more like a Hawaiian kind of like singer kind of thing.
Okay.
Ukulele kind of. Yeah, I don't know. And excuse me. And then so let me just write this down. Elvira. Oh, she's gonna be on a lot of my things here. Elvira. What did I say?
The guy from Werewolf.
Oh yeah, well yeah, werewolf. Thank you. That's gonna be a good one on there too. Broken Lizard.
So you haven't asked these people yet?
No, I have. I tagged them, on the thing, and I said, "Oh, that'd be great if I can get so and so, blah blah blah," and I put this and this and this and this. And I even put Johnny Depp down, you know, but he was doing the trials and all that. So see what happens.
Well, no bites yet.
No bites yet. No, no, no. I'm not even a fisherman, so I think that's the reason why I'm not getting any bites. I didn't put the right bait out. I think that's what it's called. But all right. So all right. Now we go back to wrestling. All right. So you're Bret Hart. I'm like Undertaker. The old Undertaker I like, and the badass biker Undertaker. Yeah.
Okay.
But he you know, he transitions.
Yeah, he
like
quite a career there.
yeah, like Madonna, you know, you know. And that's what they said. They said we call that he changes with the times like Madonna. You know, it's not, you know, when it gets a little stale, he changes his image.
Yeah. I think my favorite version of Undertaker was the Ministry of Darkness. Right.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he was a real badass during that time, and I kind of like the evil characters, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, but he was like really fucking evil. I mean, like that was evil when, because I think we call it you don't see like most wrestlers go to somebody's house, even the boss's house, and kidnap like the daughter.
Yeah, that I remember that. Where too, Stephanie? Where he turns around in the car.
Yeah, it's like no, not even that. But he was at like the house of Vince McMahon, you know, and then they were all standing there like with like torches or some shit, and you know, banging on the door. He's like, Stephanie, who there? You know, I was like, what the fuck? He's abduction now. He's gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
Fuck, now I gotta bail him out. I'm like, God. You know, I had no money for the Undertaker to go and bail him out. You know?
Then the attempted sacrifice and
the sacrificial stuff too. I'm like, oh. Even when I got the, which you probably have like the DVDs of Bret Hart. You know, like the they had a DVD of Undertaker where it tells him about his life, somewhat when he became Undertaker, and you know when he was going to go into basketball in Japan, and then they brought him into wrestling, and it was really crazy how they explained it and all that. And then they were going on about the Ministry of Darkness, and he goes, well, what about the Ministry of Darkness? He goes, well, that was like, I took something good, but I made it really dark. You know, and he goes, just run with it, do it, it's yours, go, do whatever you figured is going to be good. And he goes, I figured, okay, how about if I kidnap your daughter? I was like, wow. I'm like, and he's like, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just run it. I'll tell my daughter, like, listen, you're getting kidnapped. I'm like, okay. And they're best friends, actually, from what I hear, because even when they did the later thing of Undertaker, they see him going into Vince McMahon's office, like in Connecticut. And just like, hey, how you doing? They hug and they sit down and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do this. They're like, all right, cool. You know, you want to come by the house, have dinner, blah blah blah. You know, and I'm like, shit. Imagine that Undertaker come by the house, like, hey, you want to go have? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, what do you think about what's your take on Bret Hart? Even though he hasn't really wrestled pretty much, you know, that much, but he jumped to AEW, I think, at one point.
I mean, it's a shame that his career was ended early. That, you know, that kick from Goldberg to the head really messed him up pretty bad.
Yeah.
And it's a shame too, because I think he had a lot of good years left. I mean, because you look at like the roster right now, there's a lot of older guys on there who are wrestling into their 40s and in their 50s, and for wrestling, it's
yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad. Even when you're in WWE, and I'm not knocking them. It's just that when they had this whole conglomerate. Now, everybody that is a fan of wrestling, like you're a fan, I'm a fan, and I, you know, too wanted to go and I wanted to try out. I wanted to do the whole wrestling thing, and but I was never a athletic person when I was in school. You know, I was the loner. I was the somewhat outcast. You know, I'm like, you know, I go and roam the halls of high school and I go and smoke cigarettes and, uh, you know, all right, I admit it and drink a little bit of hooch, or a little bit of Ripple. That's weird. Then even my parents, you know, they done it too. It's like, oh, we had a couple of glasses of Jack Daniels before we went to class, and I was like, okay, I'll do it too. You know, but yeah. So we could, you know, it's like that kind of thing. I wanted to get into, you know, even I went to gym. I didn't go to gym, and then I had to take gym twice.
Oh,
You know, so it's like so I can graduate. So that's how bad it was. I didn't really, you know, go and do like
right.
athletic stuff. I wish I did, but maybe I can make more money. I don't know. But you know, are you an athletic person? Have you
Not really.
again? We say no. Okay.
I mean, for I have taken about 3 or 4 years of karate classes.
That's a lot better than what I did.
There's that. No, when I was in high school, I never tried out for any sports because I didn't think I'd be good enough, and I regret that now because you got to at least try it.
Yeah, but when you're in high school and you get, I'm not saying you get pressure from your family, but you know, your mom and dad was like, listen, do what you want to do what's best for you. If you're happy with it, then fine. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if my mom and dad liked the idea of me going to bars after high school and just being there for years, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, they come by like, before you can be better. You know? No, but honestly, folks, my parents are very loving people, and they're like in the 80s and all that, so they're all good and they're still living. You know, my dad's like an ox. You know,
That's awesome. Good.
you know, he doesn't take shit from anybody. You know, and the words that, you know, he doesn't even call me by my real name. He just goes, hey, you. You know, and, you know, hey, you. I'm like, I got a name. You name me. You know, same name as you. You know, I don't know. But,
At least acknowledging you.
yeah, I know. We call it now. He means well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he even said to me a couple of times, he's like, you know, I always get around you. I'm like, yeah, I know. I always get around too.
Yeah.
But then he looks at me. He goes, why did you get these kind of tattoos? I'm like, I like them, you know, like I get something I don't like. And then he got tattoos, you know, at like 72. You know, so I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? You got tattoos at 72? And I'm like, where you been going? And then I finally went with him to where he wanted to get like one side of his arm, he has like everybody's name in the family. So he has like, yeah, he has like his name, my mom's name, me, my brother, my sister, and then the grandkids like right after it. So and then, you know, he thought about this too, which is, I didn't think he thought about it, but he by the girls' names, he has like a rose next to the girls' names.
Okay.
So you know, my sister, my mom, and then my niece, and so I'm like, where do you get these done? And he goes, oh, some woman, you know, on. I'm not saying this woman on this street, because if I mention a street, you're not really gonna know what the street is, but you know, there's a certain town that she's in, and she goes in there, or he goes in there actually, and then I went with him, and then all of a sudden I look, and I'm like, wait, she's the one that I'm like, she did my tattoos before I left for Pennsylvania. I'm like, what the? I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. I'm like, you're tattooing my dad, you know? It's like, I didn't know it was your dad. It's like, oh shit, you know, small fucking world. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, and then she gives him a deal. I'm like, did I ever get deals? She goes, yeah, you got deals. I'm like, oh, okay. She goes, you're too hammered every time you came in. I'm like, oh. And then my dad looked at me like, really? Yeah. But do you got any tattoos?
I don't.
Well, you got to start somehow. You know.
I've been thinking about it, but maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe you can get the Bret Hart tattoo.
Yeah.
You know, get like the best there is, the best there, you know.
You know what I'd like to see Bret Hart do? So I think...
Get a tattoo?
Well, no.
Oh.
But I think it'd be awesome to have him come to, like, you know, WWE or AEW and be the leader of a heel faction. Because back in 1997, his heel work was great. Remember the anti-American thing he was doing?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
And that was great. Like, whenever they were in the United States, he'd get booed like crazy, but in every other country, they cheered him like wild.
Yeah,
that was great. Good times.
No, but yeah, that should be because he's in. Uh, I mean, he was in WWE, but then he went to AEW to present like a title.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's still there, um,
Yeah, I'm
but
not sure
again,
what he's up to.
I don't know either. I don't even think that he knows what he's doing right now. I'm not mocking him or anything. I mean,
Right.
it's just like he's retired. I mean, he could be sitting there just like with his grandkids and just like have a good time. And I know his, I don't know if it's his niece. Well, I mean, she has the last name Hart, so she is related. Julia Hart. She's in AEW.
Oh yeah. Are they related?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking they might be, or it could be Davy Boy Smith's. I don't know. It could be a niece or something. I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking. And then she's doing like a heel turn that you were talking about. She was doing like a heel thing now, so she looks like she could play the part almost. I was like, wow,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, wasn't she joining the House of Black?
Yeah,
Is that it? Okay. Yeah.
yeah. She was. They were doing the trios match, and there was a blackout, and there she was standing in front of Pac, and blew like mist in his eyes and all that,
Nice.
and everybody's like, holy shit, you know. Even I said that. I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, now she went out. She went over there. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I knew she was going to, but it took a long time. But what else are you into here? Because we got Godzilla. The cartoons, the movies. What about the newer movies that they do of Godzilla now? Do you think that is good or?
Yeah, I've enjoyed them. The fans have been kind of divided over them, but I think they've been pretty entertaining. I
Okay.
thought King of the Monsters was really good. And the most recent one, Godzilla and Kong, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that was good. That was like I like the. Um, where are they going against? Wait, who are they
But
going against? Oh, they're going like a Mega Godzilla, right?
yeah, and that was the only thing that I wish like would have happened sooner, like Mechagodzilla. He
Yeah.
was only in like the last maybe 10 minutes or so, and I kind of wish they would have introduced him sooner. But it was cool. I thought it was pretty fun.
Well, you know what? They probably are gonna do like a second one, probably, and he's probably
I
gonna
hope
show up
so.
again. Like they're gonna be like, oh, the company is gonna make a new one, and we put his body and put the head on that body, and it's mechanical, so it can do it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but then the guy like interfaced his whole like mindset into the Mega Godzilla.
something like that. Yeah, or
Uh,
was it like uh, part of it was the spirit of King Ghidorah went into there too. I think.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause remember they,
Get the head. They used the
yeah,
head.
they had the head.
And then they took the essence, I guess, of the head, and they put it into the thing. But I think the Mega Godzilla was also the head taken over. The
Yeah,
Mega Godzilla. That's what it was. It's been a while since I've seen it. Yeah.
it's like their intention when they made Mechagodzilla wasn't for it to do bad stuff, but then it kind of got taken over by
Yeah.
Ghidorah's
Yeah.
spirit, I guess.
But yeah, the spirit. Oh my God, that was like, and even Kong was like when they do it's almost like a tag team. They were going at
Yeah,
it. And they're like, and then like son of it.
and that's one of the things about like whenever you have these two different franchises and they do a versus movie,
Yeah.
there's never a clear winner really. Because like I
Yeah.
mean, I guess they can't because and then those are like Freddy versus Jason. Remember that one?
Freddy versus. Oh,
Like,
you're in my wheelhouse here. There we
like
go. Freddy
I
versus.
think at the end of that one, like Freddy has his head ripped off by Jason, but then like the last shot they show is Jason carrying Freddy's head and the head winks.
Wing.
So Jason kind of won, but not really. So you never have the clear winners in those movies, which it would kind of be nice if they could at some point.
You don't really have a decisive winner when you're against Freddy,
Right.
because when you think you won, he's like 2 steps ahead. So that's why I kind of figured out, because when you see, like Dream, like, or let's take Dream Warriors for instance. You know, Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors,
Hmm.
and you have like five of these kids that dream up that they're superheroes, you know, or some sort. I mean, everybody does. Everybody thinks of that, but you know, like you think you got the upper hand on him, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh my God, I'm dead. Oh, God, you know, and then all of a sudden after he's like, surprise, ha ha, you know.
Yeah, like that.
And,
There was a one scene I remember from that movie. They're in one of the kids was in Freddy's realm, and he's like this two-dimensional like paper character, like kind of, and he has this
oh,
gun that he shoots up Freddy.
yeah, it was
And
you know, he was like an artist. Like he did all the graphic artist kind of stuff, and he fought himself as a superhero.
yeah, and he's
So
like,
he
shooting
goes
up
in,
Freddy, and
yeah, yeah, stronger than a single winkling, and yeah, like leaps tall buildings in a single, you know, knife, you know, or something like that. And then he becomes, he goes, I am Super Freddy, you know, and it's like, you know, and it was
then
just funny to say how he can replicate
hmm
like the dream that they're in. You know, it's like, you know, like they had the one guy, he's like on his motorcycle and he's just driving around. And, you know, he comes out of the diner and, you know, the diner is like in fucking no man's land or something. And he's like driving his motorcycle and the motorcycle is Freddy going, hey, let's go to top speed. You know, you know, and he puts like the you know the wires in him and he's like interjecting. He goes, you know, he goes, the thrill is to kill. And then I was like, well, maybe that was it. I think he just made up a phrase that was in there. Um, and then there was the muscle girl, you know, that likes to work out, and you know, the whole arms like, you know,
um,
went
oh
back.
man, I remember that. Yeah,
Oh, well, I guess you don't like blood that much because I
uh,
think you just squirmed on it.
uh,
Yeah.
is that the one where she like turns into a bug?
Was it the one she turned into bug?
Or am I thinking of a different one?
It might have been a different one. No, you know, it could be. Actually, now I gotta rewatch that again. I think that was like Nightmare on Elm Street 4, I think,
Okay.
or 5. I'm not sure. No, 4.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
that scene
4.
creeped me out.
Yeah,
Like
Yep.
or she turns into a bug and then he squishes her, or he
Yeah.
squishes her or something. Yeah.
But then you got the girl that's like supposed to be like a model, and the mom's like, "Oh, you can't eat that. Don't eat that. You know, you got to diet and diet and diet and diet. You know." And then she's sitting there like, you know, and it's like this little baby crib kind of thing, or like, you know, the toddler chair, you know, and then he's feeding her like, "Come on, you know, you know," and it does like feed her and everything, and she's all like bloated, she's like, you know. I'm like, folks, I'm trying to do these like special effects. It's not really working, but yeah, we could. But with the Dream Warriors, you got Kincaid, super strong in his dream. Uh, then you got the one kid. I forgot the kid's name. The one that can't speak. And apparently his power is that he can be able to speak. And then you got the other woman, which is also one of the other celebrities I'm trying to get on a podcast as well,
Oh.
which I can't remember the her name, but she was the one that has like the hairstyle like this, you know, but
Mhm.
kind of like higher, you know, and
Okay.
she had like the blades, you know. She goes, I'm, you know, it's like I'm beautiful and bad, you know. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Nope, that was not root beer. I did not have any. I just had iced tea, which
Uh
is
huh.
probably another thing. He's like, yeah,
Yeah. Sure.
sure, you did. Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm going to have the root beer afterwards, which my girlfriend's not going to be happy about. I mean, I'll be sleeping, going, how you know, you know, and what else was? Oh, and then you got who's the star actually? The woman. Oh my god, horror fans are gonna be fucking yelling at me.
It's been a
Uh,
while since I watched those two.
yeah, hold on. We got that's what we love about computers, folks. We can just look up the shit. All right, hold on here. We can. Oh wait, All right. Well, since we're talking about Nightmare on Elm Street,
How'd you feel about the crossover with Jason?
it was cool. I mean, I liked the whole thing. I wanted to have a um, multi horror kind of thing. Have Nightmare, like you have the Jason versus Freddy, and then somehow Michael Myers comes into the fray, and then Pinhead, like makes himself known, like, and another thing, and they all meet up for some fucking reason.
So kind of like Avengers with horror movie characters.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like they get together, and Predator comes out of the fucking sky, and aliens is like running around loose, and who else we got? And then for some reason you see Leatherface just like fucking chainsawing everybody. Yeah.
And one of them finds a gold coin on the floor, and Leprechaun shows up.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, well you're going by the good guys. And then you got Chucky. Wait. There you go. Oh, now people are gonna have nightmares now. Okay.
That'll be it.
I'm writing this down so that way I can put it for the in between, the episode or something. So,
Okay.
Freddy song. So, but any other horror movies that you were into?
I'm a big fan of like the older black and white movies.
Like Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, no. I mean, Night of the Living Dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. The Wolfman, Frankenstein.
Oh, I got a Frankenstein in my garage.
Kind of Frankenstein.
Huh? What kind of Frankenstein? Like the ones that you can, dude, the ones that are about like my height, and then you can hunker it down for storage.
Okay.
And it has like the Herman Munster looking like jacket, and he had the bolts and everything else, and I had them actually like right there in the corner. Like we had the stairs that goes like you go down like 3 stairs, and then it turns, and then there's like 10 stairs going down.
Mm-hmm.
So like that one landing area, that's where I had him at, and he'll just stand there just like and my girlfriend liked him, we called it, but it was just like kind of ridiculous. We couldn't walk by him. Well, we could, but you had to do it very. She wanted to put stuff where our shoes can be going. So I'm like, all right.
It takes a lot of space.
Yeah, but no, I'm gonna when we get our place and I can get my podcast room, Frankie's gonna be right in there, and he's gonna be the star of the show, and a couple of skeletons, and
nice,
and maybe a mannequin. I got a mannequin that has like old style gas mask. Yeah, but the old we call it horror movies are really. I love the ones where they had the horror movies and like Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
Those were the funniest ones. Like that, especially when you have the Mummy, or you have Frankenstein, or they go and see Dracula and Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's a great one. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Yeah, and the Wolfman one too, I think. Yeah, that one's like.
Yeah, they were all in the same movie.
They're like.
That's a great one. I'm also I'm a big fan of Vincent Price.
Oh God, I love Vincent Price.
Mm-hmm.
If he was alive today, I would wish I had him on a podcast. That would have been awesome. Wait, hold on. Let me get Abbott and Costello meet the monsters, and then I'll try to get some pictures of them and put them in there. And also, what we mentioned about your podcast and all that? Do you ever have any guests go on, or you just do stuff yourself, or?
I do have a couple episodes with guests on it. My podcast is still pretty new. I've only done 11 episodes so far.
So you're like new, like you just started.
Yeah, I just started a couple months ago.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. I have 2 episodes with guests. I'm a big fan of reading too. So one of my guests is a librarian. And
there's
another guest I had. her name is Amy. She has a I found her on YouTube. She has this channel called Fantasy Fiction Fanatics. She also has a website by the same name. She talks like all about like fantasy books and movies.
Okay,
So I
cool.
had her as a guest, and I
Man.
got some more planned too. But yeah,
And if you want, you can get a podcaster. Myself, probably. Yeah.
hey, I like that idea.
And then we talk about like Godzilla or whatever you get, whatever you do with your show. We'll talk about whatever. Like
Yeah,
you always say that you talk about stuff that you like. So I'll bring some more stuff in, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, especially we call Abbott and Costello. Uh, they gotta have more of that. Uh, some people don't really understand the concept of good movies. Even Hollywood, I don't think understands the concept of good movies now. You know,
yeah. I mean, and those older movies, they have a certain charm about them too.
yeah, a certain pizzazz.
Yeah.
Where it is like Tinseltown.
Hmm.
It's Hollywood. It's Abbott and Costello. Um, they've been hanging around with people like Blue Eyes. You know, uh, I'm bad with names. I can't even fucking get names in my head. Um, like Jerry Lewis or
Hmm.
whoever. Lucio Ball, Desi Arnaz, anybody that's like in the black and whites, and all the like the Western movies, and anything that
Hmm.
has like a Western theme, or a mobster kind of theme, or even like the Three Stooges, and
Yeah.
they probably
These
hang
movies
out.
are great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like now Hollywood now is just like, well, what should we make? Well, we don't really know. Let's just do a remake of a movie that's already been done. I'm like, really? I'm like, but we'll make it more scarier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no. Think of something.
And when it comes to horror movies, I'm a big fan of like the practical effects as opposed to CGI that you see a lot of now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But like you said, what's it? Like the black and white ones. It's like that. That's like the more, because half the shit you watch is like,
mhm.
uh, you know. But
And I mean, even a movie like The Thing, that's my favorite horror movie of all time.
oh
It
yeah,
has some great effects in it. And then they did that prequel about what 10 years ago, and
oh yeah, yeah. I
they
saw that one.
they used some CGI for that, and it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I still enjoyed the movie, but just the CGI was just didn't feel right.
Are you talking about the one with the Kurt Russell? Kurt
Yeah,
Russell movie was the one that's really good. I know
yeah,
the second one that we saw, yeah, the prequel, yeah, we call it. It was like it had its jump scares,
yeah.
but
It was cool.
yeah,
But you know, just it's hard to beat the practical effects. Yeah.
I know it's very hard to figure out certain things. I mean, if I would want to do a movie, I mean, I don't know if I had like the makeup artists, or if I
Hmm.
had people that can really do like the sets and all that and be really good. I mean, there is like certain movies that are like low budget movies that you watch, but they do have great like scene photography, cinematic stuff that goes on, and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
But then you see like other ones that are like just so like, oh, you see like, I know you're not one for like a blood curdling, bloody kind of thing, but like I'm taking for instance, like you see somebody get like the head chopped off or something,
Hmm.
and it just looks so fake, you know, and it was just like, really, you
I mean,
know.
even really bad effects like that can still look pretty cool. Like a movie that comes to mind is Zombie 2.
Oh,
You-
the one with Woody Harrelson.
No, no, this was not Zombieland.
Oh,
Zombie 2. It's I think it's an Italian movie.
I never heard of that one.
It's a movie where there's like a zombie fighting a shark. Um, but there's a scene in it where uh, the zombie, I think he breaks through this wooden door and he grabs a woman by the head and he's slowly pulling her head towards him.
Yeah.
Um, and there's like this big splinter on the door, and he's like pulling her head towards the splinter. And you can see it's going to go in her eye.
Oh.
And so then the camera it cuts, and you see what's like very obviously like this fake mannequin head, and it goes into the mannequin head's eye. So even though it was like not a very good effect, it was still terrifying to watch, and it was still served its purpose, I thought.
You're like, oh my god, what? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, but it still hurts.
Yeah, anything where someone's getting stabbed in the eye,
Yeah,
that makes me
like,
squeamish.
Yeah, you're just like, I can see now you'd be like eating your popcorn. You're like, oh. Really?
Yeah.
No, but I don't mind because I'm like you said, I'm a horror person. I like all the different aspects of it. Zombie movies they come from really far. It's like you got like the Night of the Living Dead, the black and white version, and then it went on to like I think they have like 8, I think Night of the Living Deads or whatever.
I lost track.
Yeah, I know. You lose track after a while. You're like looking, you're like, I think I see this before. Oh, there's another one. I'm like, oh, okay. But but then they got other ones. There's one called Night of the Creeps.
Mm-hmm.
That one's not too. I don't know. I'm not gonna say squeamish. It's not gonna make you going like, ugh. It's basically like leeches.
Yeah,
but they're not leeches.
I've seen part of it.
Oh, you seen it? All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, but folks, if you're listening to it, you never heard of Night of the Creeps. It's kids that are in college. Obviously, pretty much every movie that you see is kids in college, or kids going camping, or kids, going to the lake, or kids going here. Hey, we're going to put kids on space, and they, but then they had kids like they're in college and they're going through the thing, and it's like a dorm, and so the male kids, they come from their dorm, but with the whole process, there's like this meteor or something that crash lands, and it's always like something crash lands, and there's like these not really leeches, but they're really fast. They're like, I don't know how to fucking call them, but they sliver around, they sliding around everywhere, and pretty much they infest into dead carcasses. So it's like, say there's like a dead body like at a morgue, that's the first place they'll fucking go. And then they'll creep in there, they'll go in the person's mouth, they'll lay eggs in the head, whatever, the brain, and they the guy's walking around like the dead, like but while they're doing that, this whole thing is like infesting in their brain and all that, and then they'll fall down, and then there's like 10 more that just start out. There's one that started, and there's 10 more that ends, and it just goes on and on and on, and folks, it's really good. And then you get the 2 kids, like 2 teen. Well, actually no, 2. Yeah, actually yeah, it's a boy and a girl, and the boy likes the girl, and now they're superheroes in training, and they're going against these leeches. So
it reminds me a little bit of Slither.
Yeah,
because the leeches, they go inside the person's mouth, and then it kind of takes over their body. And
yeah,
some similarities, kind of different, but
it's a little bit different. Yeah. But it's very entertaining, especially the hold on, I gotta find the guy's name.
Tom Atkins.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah, there you go. Tom Atkins. He's one in a million, man. When you get on there, the one scene I love is when he's in the women's dorm room and he sees it, like like all these like dead guys like roaming around. He goes, "Hey, girls, I got good news. I got bad news." He's like, "Oh, what's the good news?" He's like, "Your dates are here." What's the bad news? they're dead. You know, and like, wait, what? You know, and they start trashing the place, and he's like trying to fight off this whole, uh, like the mound of like, well, yeah, there's like a huge mound of leeches, like in the basement because they like cold, damp areas and all that. And he's like, you know, got the cigar, get the hell out of here, you know. And then he has like a whole bunch, and it's like, hey, let's go to the mortuary. Okay, no. So, but yeah, that was a good one. You know, that's like an old movie I want to fucking rewatch. Yeah, that one's good. Night of the Creeps. There we go. Wait.
Another Tom Atkins movie I need to rewatch is The Fog, like the original Fog from like 1980. It's been a while since I saw that, but I remember it being pretty creepy.
Wait, The Fog. My hands can't write as fast as they used to. Yeah, wait, hold on. Wait. What's the girl's name? What, you're gonna tell me the name before I even look it up?
That's in The Fog?
Yeah.
Adrienne Barbeau?
Son of a bitch, I tell you.
I think Jamie Lee Curtis is in that too.
Yes, she is. So Adrienne Barbeau was in. Hold on. Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing, yeah.
And Escape from New York.
Was she in is it Creep Show? One of those movies like that?
You know what? Let's see. Let's find the IMDb's.
One of those horror anthology movies, I think.
Oh no, that's a. Wait a minute, hold on. I looked at the wrong one. Oh no, Fog and duh. Looked at the wrong one. Ready? Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, look, there she is on the cover. Not the Jamie Lee Curtis is on the cover. Fucking shocker. Ready? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She was in. Oh my God, no! She was in what the hell is that movie? Oh God, folks, I'm sorry, I'm having the brain fart again. Weird Science. I think she was in Weird Science.
Oh, was she?
Andrea Bordeaux, I think. Adrienne Joe Bordeaux. That's her full name. 1972, she was on the sitcom Maude. Especially directed by John Carpenter. She was in horror movies. She was once married to John Carpenter.
Oh.
Born June 11, 1945. So, folks, do the math. Daughter of an executive mobile oil company. Early in her career, she started in Someone's Watching Me, The Fog, Escape from New York. So she did Someone's Watching Me, 1978. 1980, The Fog. The year after that, Escape from New York. All John Carpenter related projects. She collaborated with George A. Romero, Stephen King's anthology. Yeah, you're right, Creepshow, 1982.
Okay. Cool.
She also did Two Evil Eyes in 1990. Her work with horror directors includes Wes Craven's superhero monster movie Swamp Thing. She became best known for providing the voice of Catwoman on Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. You find out, dude. People, you find out shit on the Tattoo Squid podcast. Even we find out shit. She was originally tough girl Betty Rizzo in the first ever Broadway of Grease, which I kind of remember that. She is the author of the memoir There Are Worse Things I Can Do in 2006, and the comedy romance Vampires of Hollywood, and then Love Bites and Make Me Dead, which I kind of remember that. And her kids are called Van Zandt. No, that's the last name. And Cody Carpenter.
Okay.
What else? This is, look, the trademarks. Oh, this is good. The voice of Catwoman and Batman, which we know that one already. Often cast by her ex-husband John Carpenter, which is natural brunette hair, seductive deep voice, and Andrea Bordeaux is of French ancestry. All right. What anything else we know about this?
Speaking of John Carpenter, he has a lot of great movies.
Oh yeah, even Halloween. Halloween. I'm surprised she didn't
Yeah.
go on Halloween. You know, like because she did Fog with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Hmm.
Might as well do Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis. But no,
Was that
wait.
was that the same year? Did those come out?
That's what I'm trying to find out there, my friend. The Fog was 1980. You know, people are gonna be looking at us going like, "What the fuck? You don't know when Halloween
Halloween.
was?"
Halloween might have been 79. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Right, Wikipedia. No, no, they're gonna give me the whole Halloween treat. No Halloween movie. Son of a bitch. Movie. Nope, not the newer ones. No, no. Yeah, probably 78. I'm thinking. Yeah, you're right.
What'd you think of Halloween Kills?
That was awesome. You know, it's those things they say. Good things come to those who wait, and
Hmm.
I waited, and it was good. I loved it. It was a especially. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay. So like where they have like certain people from the past are in this like in the
Mhm.
movie and all. I like the aspect of that because they had the kid that was getting babysat by Jamie Lee Curtis. Like she was it was like the girl and the boy,
Hmm.
and now the girl is like all grown up and they're at the bar and everything else, and then they show a split screen somewhat of what they were before. And I'm like, holy shit, that's her. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, then they had like certain other people in there too, but I'm a Michael Anthony Hall. Oh, Michael, yeah, Anthony Michael Hall. Sorry. Uh, yeah, I was surprised that he was in it, but it was good. It was a very, especially when they surround Michael and they like, oh, let's go and kill him. Yeah, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, it's like gang mugging. And then he just gets up and starts killing everybody, takes off the limbs, and and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. But the next one's supposed to be coming out this October, actually.
Okay.
I believe it's next, Halloween.
Ends.
Yeah, Halloween ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like we call it a married person here. Danny boy. We call it. You're catching every sentence I do. Uh, hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was a. I liked the movie. It had some stuff like you wouldn't expect to see. I guess like towards the beginning there was that kind of ridiculous fight between Michael and the firefighters, and it's kind
Oh
of
yeah.
goofy over the top stuff like that. But if I had one complaint about the movie, it was when they're all chasing after that the other dude that's not Michael, like the escaped inmate guy or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't
It's
like that
like
one.
Michael's been haunting your city for how long now, and you can't recognize Michael. You think he's like some hunched over old guy. It's like,
Yeah. I no, I believe you, man. We could wait, what is this? This one is Jamie Lee Curtis, Kyle Richards, and well, anyway. So I think because the same girls are going to be well, two girls. I mean, you got Jamie Lee Curtis and the supposed granddaughter of Jamie Lee Curtis,
yeah. Is,
and there's like another girl that's going to be in Halloween Ends.
is at the end of Halloween Kills, doesn't he kill the mom? Or
Yeah,
it's,
because I don't see the mom in this picture that they have for I don't know what they're doing. I think it's HBO Max. I think it's gonna be on. I don't know. I'm hoping it's gonna be HBO Max. That'd be fucking awesome.
right?
But I love the graphics that they have for this Halloween Ends. You gotta look up what the fuck was it? Where did I find this? IMDb,
Hmm.
and then just look on it. And I'm looking at the pictures and uh yeah, it's some crazy graphics going on. Like the whole graphics of the whole. Wait, let's put that Halloween for the list here. You know, we should try doing a
Okay.
watch party.
That'd be cool.
You know,
So
like some kind of Halloween or something.
So let me ask you this:
Yes.
is it really going to be the end?
You know, your guess is as good as mine because if there's a Halloween, there's always going to be a Michael Myers.
Hmm.
So it, he's like a one-trick pony. Yeah,
Yeah.
like he just comes. You don't see him come out like during fucking Flag Day or like St. Patrick's Day. It's like, oh, I'm going to kill you on St. Patrick's Day. Oh, okay.
I mean, I think it might be the end as far as this version of him goes until like 10 years later when some other studio decides to reboot the series.
I really want to see a Friday the 13th come back.
Hmm.
I mean, it might be a reboot. It might be a remake. I don't know. I mean, I hate reboots. I hate remakes. It's just why just
Yeah.
make an original because like Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. That's all original.
Hmm.
That's original stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, we're going to take something from this movie and this movie. No, but then you got the person that is a star of it and she's making it too. So she's not doing no reboot shit, which is
Right.
I like the fact that they're doing something original. But where if they were going to do a Friday the 13th, they would try to do something like a reboot of it and then which they've done before.
Hmm.
And it is crazy, but excuse me. But then I would love to see like a Halloween thing where he's like in some other area. I mean, he went to Manhattan. He was been in fucking space. I don't know. Does it seem like every fucking horror movie goes in space?
Yeah.
I think Amityville Horror is in space now too.
I think the next step for Jason would be is that he somehow stumbles into a time machine and goes back in time or something to the Wild West.
Wow! Oh, I didn't even think about that. That is crazy. Now the West. Imagine that. It's like, hey, partner, what are we gonna do? Hey, watch out for that guy in the machine. What? Alright.
I think there's potential there.
That, yeah, the Libyans. No, it's okay. I just thought about Back to the Future. No, imagine him going into. He gets sucked into time warp and he goes to the future. Imagine that. That would be fucking crazy. I mean,
But he kind of did with going into space because that was in the future, I think.
ah, yeah, but it was more like a Hellraiser. Have you seen Hellraiser?
I've
Whoa.
only watched the first Hellraiser movie.
Oh, when you watch, we call it like I think there's five, I think. But there's one they have Lance Henriksen in it. I forgot what the name of the title. There was like Hellraiser, but it was like Hellraiser or something, Bloodline maybe or something like that. And no, actually, that's the one I'm thinking about now. That's the one that's in space. There's a guy that's related to a certain person that Pinhead came across, maybe from the first one, and it's like a great 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 grandson or whatever. And then he built some kind of like like the cube.
Hmm.
So he built something in space, and he lured Pinhead and the Cenobites
Yeah.
up there, and then he activated like this thing, and he goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" He goes, "Well, figuring that we can't bring the box to you, we'll put you in the box, and then he made the ship into a box, a big size, box of, for him, and he goes, "No," almost like Darth Vader, "No," and but that's where it come what it's somewhat is like that, but then then they have like I said, the one with Lance Hendrickson, who
Hmm.
did Pumpkinhead, who did other different horror movies, and and he's a very good villain too. So that's another person I gotta write down. I gotta see if I can get him on the show and just bounce stuff off of.
Maybe we could get a Jason meets Hellraiser movies.
Well, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if they can do like they did a Freddy versus Jason,
Hmm.
and if they can do uh like a Michael. Oh shit, a Michael. I'm not yawning because of the podcast, folks. I'm yawning because it's somewhat getting late. But anyway, Michael Myers versus not Hellraiser, Leatherface.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That'd be very interesting. I mean, Michael Myers doesn't seem like he runs. And he gets to everywhere kind of quick, But Jason, he gets to places fucking like, he'll be down below and he goes, and then he's like up on a building somewhere. Like, how
Yeah.
the fuck did you get
Then
here?
you turn around and he's there.
Yeah, he's like right there, and I'm like, that's fast. I'm like, unless he's time zoning or something, I don't know. But then you have now Hellraiser. I would like to see like Pinhead go against either Predator or Aliens or both. So that would be cool. Alien versus Predator. Aliens Predator versus Pinhead or Hellraiser, like the Cenobites. And then you got the obvious. We call it Leprechaun versus Chucky. Which that one I wouldn't mind seeing actually.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't pay for that. No, I mean, don't go that far. I mean, I don't think I would pay for that one. I think I'd wait for it to get on the TV. If it comes on the TV, then it's all good. Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. What do you call it? Leprechaun versus. Oh wow, look at it. It's like a tag team. We're gonna have like. Oh no, I'm thinking of something different. We call it no, because like the last podcast, me and this guy Stu, we were talking about how you ever follow the comic book movies?
Somewhat, yeah.
So like X-Men,
Mm.
right? And X-Men has they had Apocalypse, which is like a villain, and he's like mechanical and everything else. But when you look at him in the movies, he actually almost looks like the there's a villain on the Power Rangers movie.
Hmm.
The ooze. I forgot what it was. Wait, hold on. I got the notes here. What the fuck?
Yeah, X-Men, I only saw the first movie.
Ivan Ooze. Yeah, Ivan Ooze. Well, that was like the first movie. I think it was.
Was it?
I believe it was. It was like the first one. But then, you can have like those two go against each other. But then now you got Godzilla. Oh no, man, we got a tag team: Godzilla versus King Kong, and Leprechaun versus Chucky.
They're actually doing a comic book series right now, Godzilla versus Power Rangers.
Oh, I seen something about that. Yeah, we could. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm intrigued. I'm probably gonna wait for all the issues to come out, then I'll buy the one at the end where they combine them all into one book.
I was thinking like if they were gonna do like Godzilla teams with Power Rangers.
I'm sure that's what it'll end up being. They'll like
That's
team
what
up
I'm
the
thinking. Because you got the Power Rangers, they can get in their Zords. They're going against another monster,
Mhm.
and then you have they probably have another monster that comes out. They need help with that, and then there's Godzilla fucking helping them out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I see it going kind of the same way as Godzilla versus Kong, where maybe they fight at first, but then they kind of team up to take down a greater enemy.
oh, that's true. Yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah,
That'd be my
That's-
guess anyway.
see what happens. I mean, I'm not saying Hollywood is they'll think of something good,
Mm-hmm.
but then again they'll think of something that's already been fucking done. Um, and actually, what's funny, I was watching. Was it yesterday? I was watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
That one is actually pretty fucking good. If you can get cartoons and actors working together, that is just phenomenal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also Dick Tracy with Warren Beatty, Madonna, Al Pacino. There's like a fistful of celebrities that's in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That you would not even think, but the makeup and all that is just like, wow,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But
Roger Rabbit's a good movie.
yeah, so tell everybody where they can find you at. We're going on like an hour and a half now, so
Oh, that
uh,
far already?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
okay.
It usually goes like 2 hours and all that.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I tried to minimize it a little bit, but we got an hour and a half, which is great. We got a lot of stuff down, and we got a honorable mention for Mr. Tim McCarthy. Let me just write this down. Honorable mention. Okay.
Yes. So on Twitter, you can find me at a happy moment pod, and then the website is happymoment.buzzsprout.com.
Oh my God. My apologies about yawning. I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, and you just started like what? A couple, like you got 11 episodes, you said.
Yeah,
So what? You've been doing it for what? Maybe a couple months now,
a couple
or?
months. Yeah, and like
And
I've
someone
been,
that does like a podcast for a couple months, and then you got like a website already. You know.
I mean, it's just a website where people go to see all the episodes. Um, and like
Oh, so it's like for the platform where you do your episodes on.
yeah, like
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
on Buzzsprout they give you the free website to
Yeah.
put your
Yeah, they do
episodes
the same
on.
thing on Anchor and all that. I just haven't really finished it and all that. I just go to the link tree. And oh, folks, go to Linktree, linktr.ee/Tattoo Squid Podcast. That's TA2SQUID podcast. And you got everything from YouTube, TikTok, pretty much any platform. I don't want to get into the whole thing because you all know already. There is a merch site. The merch site has everything from shirts to sweatshirts, coffee mugs, latte mugs, backpacks, skateboards, bath mats, and hold on to your flannel shirt there, Danny. We call it there is shower curtains.
No.
Oh yes. There's shower curtains there, buddy. Uh, there's shower curtains where it has like either my face, where it's like a cartoon going like, or there's like ones where it's. I think they have one where it's this, or hold on, wait, I can show you here for a minute. Anybody that's listening to this, you're not gonna be able to see it because it's not like those chefs like with smell-o-vision. This one is. Here we go. Let me show you. So you can do. You got like a bath mat that looks like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got a shower curtain that looks like that. Shower curtain that looks like that.
Thanks.
And this face. So
It's awesome.
it'd be kind of weird. People, aren't you just glad it's not a face like that? Or that face. Or actually, I'm surprised about this face too. I should put one on this. That face. But yeah, folks. But so go follow Happy Moment Podcast, which is part of the Godzilla movie. And Dan from Michigan. And we forgot to ask about like what's good in Michigan. Actually, real fast, what's good in Michigan?
What's good in Michigan?
Yeah.
Um, the outdoors is good here.
The what?
The outdoors.
Oh, there you go.
If you're an outdoors person, then Michigan's a place to be. We got Mackinac Island, and
Nice.
yeah, it's a nice state if you're into outdoor activities.
There you go. Oh, I just looked this on. Okay, well, anyway. So, but yeah, go follow Happy One Podcast. Get he's got 11 episodes. It's gonna be more, and he's got a lot more guests coming on. Possibly myself. And follow. Where I'm at. And that's about it. So right now I'm gonna talk to Dan a little bit, see how you liked the episode, and where am I with the? Oh, I'll just go up here. All right, folks, take it easy and have a good night. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Yeah. So